Who do you think wins in a fight, you or Prime Floyd?
Me.
No questions?
Why would you think that I would say Floyd? You know, that's one of my favorite fighters. But yeah, nah.
Floyd Mayweather's a GOAT. Oh, absolutely. But Terence Crawford will whoop his ass. He would beat Floyd Mayweather. I'm telling you right now, he will beat Floyd Mayweather too.
Canelo said he's way better than Mayweather. What do you think to that?
Who, Terence?
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Of course. Of course he is.
I was very impressed with Canelo at 21, but Mayweather was still technically more sound. I think Crawford is better. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have had the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because it's bigger. But Mayweather is definitely a technician. I mean, like Crawford said, you know, Mayweather has his era, and Crawford, this is his era.
Terence Crawford has just responded to Floyd Mayweather's call-out and warned him to stay away. However, Terence Crawford also responded to comparisons with Floyd Mayweather, emphasizing he is the greatest of his own era, and comparisons are unnecessary.
Everyone is going to start making comparisons with your legacy to Floyd Mayweather. How do you feel you compare with Floyd with the resume you have now?
Listen, Floyd was the greatest in his era. I'm the greatest in my era. It ain't no need to compare me to Floyd or Floyd to me.
Moreover, Sean Porter said Crawford is a chess master with a high boxing IQ, while acknowledging Floyd Mayweather is the ultimate OG in boxing.
We've had a lot of comparisons between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather. We've even had the conversation to go as far as who would win in a fight between Terence and Floyd. And I truly don't know the answer to that question.
I do.
You do?
Yes.
Yeah. Who would win that fight?
Floyd.
Floyd would win that fight.
Yes, sir. I
Floyd
love you, Terrence.
always figures it out.
Yeah,
he's a chess master.
Yeah, his IQ in
But
that
the
sense
funny
is
thing
crazy.
about it is Terrence has been the only other guy that people can say he always figures it out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's true.
But you gotta have an OG somewhere.
Anybody else? Yeah.
There's an OG
Somebody
somewhere.
got to pioneer,
that you
right?
can't
Yeah,
out-figure
yeah, you got to.
There's an OG you can't out-figure out
Yeah,
somewhere.
yeah,
And I just
yeah.
believe Floyd is that OG you can't out-figure out.
However, Terence Crawford confidently stated he would beat a prime Floyd Mayweather, trusting his own skills above all else.
Who do you think wins in a fight, you or Prime Floyd?
Me.
No questions?
Why would you think that I would say Floyd? You know, that's one of my favorite fighters. But yeah, nah.
Furthermore, Tim Bradley believes Crawford would beat Mayweather, citing his tools, southpaw advantage, and Floyd's historical struggles with sharp counterpunchers.
Floyd Mayweather's a GOAT. Oh, absolutely. But Terence Crawford will whoop his ass. He would beat Floyd Mayweather. I'm telling you right now, he will beat Floyd Mayweather too. He will beat him too. He got everything it takes to beat Floyd. Floyd struggled in the first half against Zab Judah. Zab Judah, a damn terrific fighter. Terrific fighter, but he ain't no damn Terence Crawford. Especially from the southpaw position. Floyd didn't like fighting southpaws. Floyd reached with that right hand. You think he's gonna reach against one of the best back foot counterpunchers in the game? He gonna reach with that right hand against Crawford? He gonna get slept reaching with that back hand, the way he reaches with that.
Shane Mosley said Crawford is the better fighter than Mayweather due to his size, versatility, and all-around skill set.
Who do you think's better out of those two? Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. He's actually he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather's really good too, though. You can knock him as well. You know, he's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have had the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because it's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It would have been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely a technician. I mean, like Crawford said, you know, Mayweather has his era, and Crawford, this is his era.
Jeff Mayweather noted that Floyd beat a very young Canelo in a close fight, showing the Mexican's early talent despite Floyd being at the top of his game.
Well, also if we remember, you know, Canelo that time was a razor-thin decision. Floyd won, majority decision. C.J. Ross had it with what a lot of people had as a draw, and then the other two judges scored it for Floyd, of course. And that was a Floyd at the top of his game with a very green Canelo with very little experience, and he still took him into deep waters. So, yeah, very, very young in the game.
Jeff Mayweather added that a fighter's prime is usually in their 20s, making Floyd's win over Canelo at 36 less about dominance and more about timing.
But Floyd was clearly at the top of his career, and Canelo had fought a lot of people, but did he lose? I mean,
your prime is in your 20s.
It's different for different people.
Yeah, okay. Well, for sure, and that's why Canelo is saying what he's saying.
But I mean, don't you? I mean,
want to make himself look like he did something great.
Breadman Edwards said a Crawford versus Mayweather fight would have been close, but people should let Crawford enjoy his moment as legends like Floyd and Roy Jones Jr. set a poor example publicly.
I don't know. It's a close fight. It's things Floyd do better. It's things that Bud do better. But I'd rather not say, and I'm not going to just lie and just say nothing and make up something just to. I got my opinion on how the fights would go, and but I think we should just let the man enjoy his great moment. He's a great fighter, and I see a lot of immature stuff, and I don't like the way things is going with Floyd and Roy. They two guys that a lot of the younger guys look up to, and they taking shots at each other in the media because of the who's better and all that kind of stuff. So, I just want to see Bud enjoy his moment. And unfortunately, they didn't fight. They could have made. They kind of two different eras though. Even though they was fighting at the same time, Floyd kind of was doing his different thing over there with PBC, and Bud's a lot young, about 10 years younger than him. So it didn't happen, and we got to just live with it. You know what I mean?
Showbiz the Adult argued Crawford is the better fighter than Mayweather for stepping up 3 weight classes to face a top super middleweight, a bold move Floyd would never attempt.
Why is Terence Bud Crawford greater than Floyd Mayweather, or better than Floyd Mayweather? Greater is a little bit different. Greater is impact, resume, all that shit, but better. Terence Bud Crawford, after what he did last night, is better than Floyd Mayweather because there is no way Floyd Mayweather would attempt to do that crazy shit. See, that's the insane Sugar Ray Leonard versus Marvelous Marvin Hagler after being gone for 5 years type shit. Never being at middleweight, first fight at middleweight, being against Marvelous Marvin Hagler. Terence Bud Crawford never been a middleweight shit. The most he's been is super welterweight, and he was only there once. And he's fighting at 168 against one of the greatest super middleweights of all time, one of the greatest middleweights of all time, pound for pound, one of the greatest fighters of all time, reigning undisputed champion at super middleweight. That is unheard of, and that's something that Floyd Mayweather wouldn't even attempt to do.
However, Showbiz the Adult also highlighted Crawford's avoidance history, comparing him to Black Murderers Row fighters, and admitted losing $30,000 betting against him proved his greatness.
If Canelo is saying there wasn't shit I can do in there, Errol Spence had to have been in there like, holy shit. It brings life to his resume. Everybody done it. We kind of knew that Bob Arum had Manny Pacquiao avoid Terence Crawford. PBC, welterweights, all avoided him. I am here to give credit to Terence Crawford for being one of the most ducked fighters in history. Like Bob Foster, like Black Murderers Row, Charlie Burley and Eddie Booker and all those guys. Terence Crawford by himself is Black Murderers Row of this era. Now, do I need Terence Bud Crawford to continue fighting? Hell no. For what? Terence Crawford, we know what you are. I am the first one to say, didn't believe it. But brother, if you're watching Terence Crawford, you by yourself has cost me at least $30,000. That's enough for me to be convinced. I would never bet against this man ever again. I can't afford it. I have a house, I got kids, a business to run. I can't afford it.
Moreover, Danny Garcia and Angel Garcia said Canelo may have been mentally drained, giving Crawford the perfect timing advantage, and praised Crawford's focus and mental sharpness on fight night.
Everything you said about fighting not being there spiritually, mentally, you think that might have affected Canelo, or that was just a skill difference was too wide?
I do think he was a little mentally tired. He's been at that level for a long time.
Right.
He's fought 11 fights in 4 years. That's a lot.
Timing was perfect for Crawford.
Yeah.
He said it himself at the press conference. He said timing was everything. Perfect timing, everything.
That's right.
His whole career was on timing.
He was mentally tired, but you got to give Crawford his credit, man. To keep your mind that mentally fresh and sharp and go out there and perform like that, that's a win itself. Not even just beating your opponent. For your mind to be that fresh, come fight that.
It's a risk.